I want to be brief because we want to get marching soon. I've come here with a very straightforwardly with a warning. In the 1930s, when we had the recession, working class people suffered immensely through unemployment and poverty. But they fought back. In the 1980s, the next recession, a Tory government sought to smash the trade union movement, and we survived. In this recession, they're coming for us again. So the warning to the coalition government and the Tories meeting today is, you come for us, we're coming for you. And we're coming for you with our demonstrations, with our strikes, with our occupations, and yes, with civil action, civil disobedience and direct action. This is no time. This is no time to stand on the sidelines. This is a time to fight back, and that's what we're doing today. So the warning to the Tories is, if you come for us, we're coming for you. Solidarity.
Afternoon, comrades. What a fantastic turnout. We are telling the Tories we are not going to accept it. And comrades, we need to understand what's happening at the moment. You see, the real tragedy is politicians of all parties, including the Labour government for the last 3 years, told us that cuts were inevitable. We had to lose jobs in order to fix the recession. Well, it is lies. PCS is proud to say this. There should not be a single job lost or a single penny of public spending, because we don't need to do it. For over 50 years in this country, our debt was twice as big as it is now. Yet we built millions of council houses. We built the NHS. We built pensions and the welfare state. It is proof that these cuts are not economically needed. They are an ideological onslaught against the public sector, the welfare state, and the poor and the vulnerable. So our message has to be: no jobs cut, no benefits cut, no cuts in public spending. But we've also got to be realistic. The chances are that George Osborne, that millionaire posh boy who's lived all his life in a bubble of privilege, he's not going to be persuaded in the next 3 weeks. He's going to carry on with his plans to cut jobs and cut benefits and to run our communities into the ground. So the question is, who's going to stop them? Right, if you're prepared to fight them, make some noise. If you support the London Underground workers striking tomorrow, make some noise. If you support the CWU in stopping privatisation, make some noise. And make some noise for your public sector workers. And let's be clear, PCS members doing a brilliant job every day, paying benefits, collecting the taxes, making this country run. But what about the Unison members? The Unison members in Suffolk who face every job being outsourced. Make some noise if you're going to stand with those workers in local government. Now, comrades, the question is, this march is a brilliant start. The march at the Lib Dem conference was a brilliant start, but we need to do more. So let us be clear. In being against the cuts, we have got to stand with the unemployed, the pensioners, the people on disability benefits, because we are the ones who will have to stand up and be a voice for those in receipt of the welfare state. Because these people are not scroungers. They struggle to make ends meet, and the real scroungers are the millionaires who avoid their taxes and don't pay their way. So we've got to stand up for the welfare state, for students, for people who are being priced out of education, for public and private sector workers whose jobs are being threatened. So we've got to march. We've got to build campaigns in every community. We've got to tell them we're not accepting it. But ultimately, let me finish with this. We've got to accept that strikes are inevitable. Strikes are inevitable because the Tories are going to come for us and they'll be supported by the Lib Dems. Now, my father told me something when I was young, which is if you're going to get into a fight, make sure you've got as many people lined up behind you as possible. So the question is, if we're going to have a fight, we are stronger if we stand together. So we need all of the unions to be prepared to take industrial action together to defend all the jobs, our pensions, our conditions and the services that the public rely on. And let me leave you with this thought. Striking together will not just happen on its own. We need to plan it now. We need our union stewards meeting now in every town and in every city. We need to meet up with the pensioners groups and the service users. And we've got to start planning. Because I tell you what, Brendan Barber was right when he told the TUC, if these cuts happen, Britain will become a bleaker, more brutish place. We are one of the richest countries in the world. We should be able to afford houses, a welfare state and jobs for everyone. But we're going to have to fight for it. And when we fight, let's remember this. If we lose, the future will look bleak. But if we stand together, we can turn the tide. We can give inspiration to public sector workers, welfare recipients and everybody else who's striving to make ends meet. Let's stand together, let's march together, let's strike together and tell them they will not get away with it. Thanks very much.